Hey everyone, it's Lora the Beauty Buster, and today I'm here doing the Game of Thrones mask by DMK, and I am here looking ugly in order to get pretty, because that's kind of how it goes. So this kit comes with the headband, the brush, the bowl, and obviously the mask, Foamy Lifts Enzyme Mask, and then the activator Exoderma Peel. So basically you just mix these two together and that is your Game of Thrones facial kit. So I have already prepped my skin. So in what you would do at home is you would cleanse your skin, you would exfoliate, you would do probably your micro peel, which is really, really amazing. It has glycolic acid in it, some lactic acid. It's gentle. If your barrier is really compromised, I would probably leave this out because you're really gonna feel it. It's very intense for a home exfoliator, I will say. And obviously when your barrier is compromised, you don't really want to traumatize it anymore. You want to really hydrate. And then I put on my Melanotech drops, which are for hyperpigmentation, obviously. And also this is going to suppress any hyperpigmentation that's looking to come up, which we're always trying to be preventative. And then I put on the Fibromax C. And we don't always sell a lot of this. And it does not, these three, the micro peel, the Melanotech drops, and the vitamin C do not come in the kit because we're trying to keep the kit price low. But these are definitely things that you should have on hand and be using to get the best result. And this is how we also do it professionally. We usually put on either pore reduction drops to tighten up the pores, to flood the skin with minerals, and sometimes we'll either add Melanotech drops with it or one or the other, depending on what we're doing with your skin. It's always changed up. And then the Fibromax C is amazing. It's 20% pure vitamin C. This is one of my favorites. It's a powder. One of my favorite tools in here because anytime I have any kind of really big hyperpigmentation that's come out, I definitely use this on it. If I have cuts, scrapes, I definitely use this on it. Pimples, it closes them up super fast. So you are going to take equal portions of your Foamy Lift mask, which is the enzyme mask, and the Exoderma peel. You want to make sure you use these together. Don't use water to do this because the minerals and things in your water, even if you think it's pure water, is not really purified well enough to make this mask really effective. And you're going to get a weird, wonky consistency that's just going to waste product and you end up spending more money. It makes no sense whatsoever. So this is a powder, and then this is like a gel. And I have started to mix it up a little bit, and I'm going to show you how to mix. So in this bowl, we have the powder, and then I had put some of the gel in there. It's kind of hard, really not easy to mix this on camera, tilting it forward. And it's better to use less gel at first to see that you're getting the right consistency. So this is kind of a good consistency. You want it to be like pancake batter or cake batter. I just did not make enough of it. I just put a little bit in. So I am going to put more in here. Just give me a second. Because we are going to do, as I said in the Entertainment Tonight video, we are going to do our face, neck, and chest because our face stops at our boobs. Amen. So make sure that you get all of those together. And then I just have a big Exoderma peel here that I'm going to do. And so a lot of people have a problem figuring out, how am I going to get this on? A lot of people have a hard time doing it to themselves. So I'm going to do that for you today and show you how to do it for yourself. And people think, oh, I have a mask that gets hard. It's the same as this one. I don't need to do the DMK one. My mask gets hard. It's not about the mask getting hard, although getting hard is good. That's not what this is about. And that's one part of it. And when it does get really firm like that, we are compressing the capillaries in order to, I just need a little bit more activator, compressing the capillaries in order to backflush the capillaries and really force the body to start pumping blood, vitamins, and minerals and oxygen into your face, neck, and chest, or anywhere we do this on the body. You can do this anywhere on the body. If you are diabetic, amazing. On diabetic legs, perfect. All right, so I have my mask mixed up. It's kind of thick, So there are different ways to do this. There isn't necessarily one that's like super right or super wrong, except that we always want to be going up, because as this gets firm, it will definitely, when it tightens, you want those muscles to tighten in the direction you want them to go. And we go down on the lip, because then you pull your lip up, feel a little uncomfortable. And we go down on the nose, because then it would pull your nose up, feel a little uncomfortable. Is it wrong? No. But you definitely want to. This that muscle right there is bothering me. I don't Botox, so sorry. Okay. So I kind of like to just, you want to go make your V's on the neck. And of course, I have one piece of hair that is like out of control. And then I will go across. And I go up. And you want to really go kind of down on the shoulder and the back of the neck. And up here, you can see my earlobe is there. And I go across the chest. So I'm down pretty far. Okay. And then V's on the neck. You want to go up in the V's because we're kind of following the muscles. Okay. And then I come across on here. And you'll find a way that works for you. Let me just move around. And you can thank me for getting ugly on camera. It's not really how I envisioned my aesthetic career going. But let's be real. It's just us, right? No one else is watching. And I'm making sure I'm hitting this. Your jugular, you really want to get that. And I found that when you go lower and you go around the shoulder, makes a difference. Okay, so you can see if you add too much activator, you want to make sure you get under your chin. And this is where we want to come up. And it's nice to do long strokes. And you can go into the hairline, because you are going to hop in the shower right after this. And here, you go that on one side, you go up into the hairline. And here you go up into the hairline. Since you're going to be jumping in the shower after this, it's totally fine to get this all in your hair. So why this is different than just getting hard is that the enzymes in here are going to actually stimulate the substrates underneath the skin and in the skin. If you make this too thin, it's probably not going to get firm enough. And you're going to go over your eyebrows. Now, I will say this. This is one of the most incredible ways to prep your eyebrows and the skin on your eyebrows for microblading. This is definitely a microblading prep kit. If you know anybody that's going to be doing microblading, definitely have them get this. And then I like to take it around here and make sure I get these muscles in there, those muscles in there. And then for the nose, I will go down on the nose and kind of follow it around. And I'm going really close under the eye. And then I will go down on the nose and really close under the eye. And then I just kind of go back and fill in any of the things. And this is a little bit hard to do on myself in the lighting. I've got some Yankee Stadium lights in here. And so, but you can see it's thick, as it should be. And I just fill up make sure I get the rest of this in my thing. Because on my end, it looks like there's no mask on there, but obviously there is. It's hard to see. So what does this do? Ta-da! The reason why this is so incredible is because it really helps to rebuild the skin. That's the main purpose of this mask. The DMK concept is remove, rebuild, protect, maintain. So removing is removing that redundant cuticle, like which we did with micropeel or whatever exfoliator you're using. If you're getting a professional treatment, they're going to use something stronger. And remove, rebuild this is the rebuild part. This mask, because what's going to happen, it's going to compress your capillaries. As that happens, it move that out of the way. It my eyelashes underneath are like getting stuck. So as that happens, it's flushing my face, neck, and chest with blood. So what's in that blood? There's oxygen in that blood. It kills bacteria in that blood. It's backwashing the capillaries. It is going to be draining the lymph towards the end of this. You're going to leave this on for preferably 45 minutes. You can do a half hour, but 45 minutes really is the best, because you really want to make sure that all the capillaries have been backflushed and that you're getting all that oxygen circulating and rebuilding the skin, and then it can flush out and drain the lymph along with it at the ends. And you'll probably feel like a little heartbeat in your face. And you should be laying down for this. I am going to go lay down after I am done explaining to you what's happening, and then I'll come back when it's tightened. So that blood is bringing new vitamins, minerals, oxygen, and flushing your whole face, neck, and chest, or wherever you put it on the body. That is what feeds the skin. We are feeding the skin what it needs in order to be as healthy as possible and achieve a state of homeostasis. Now, there are things that say, oh, you can put oxygen on the outside and you see that gun and they're oxygenating. It's not really doing very much, because as soon as that oxygen hits the air, it is oxidized. Hello. So we're using your body's own resources that it already acknowledges, it knows, and accepts, and we're kind of forcing your skin and your cells to start exercising. So I kind of like this, and people who don't love to exercise, like me, will love this treatment because it's exercise for your skin. And that's why afterwards you can look flushed, and you'll see on some people the plasmatic effect, which you'll see the actual capillaries being oxygenated on the surface of the skin. If you don't have that, it doesn't mean that you're not alive. You're alive and breathing, but it's just a matter of your circulatory system and how it shows up on the skin. Obviously, if your skin is really, really white, you will see it much more just because of color. And you'll see some crazy pictures, and it looks like it would hurt, but it doesn't hurt. Already I can feel it's getting really tight. It doesn't hurt. It feels great. And the first time is a little freaky, and you're like, I don't know if I like this. How tight is it going to get? But it really does feel amazing. And then once you have it, you'll be like, oh, I can't wait to have my enzyme treatment. So what else can I tell you about this? I mean, there's like 1,000,001 things. How can I even choose? So yes, remove the redundant cuticle, rebuild it through the enzyme treatment. Protect it is what you do at home. That's your home care. And that is obviously sunscreen and melanin inhibitors, or killing the bacteria, or creating that beautiful lipid matrix on your skin on the surface by having a really good balance between water and oil and minerals and sweat and everything that keeps our skin looking dewy, glowy, fresh. Whether you have acne or you have rosacea or aging, our goal is to have a really well-balanced lipid matrix. And you can check out my other video that I did about that on YouTube, about the DMK and the lipid matrix and the 30-day DMK challenge, which I think is amazing. And I can pretty much guarantee almost everybody will have better skin after doing just those two products every day. Obviously, to create real longer change, more intense change, we need to do a lot more. There's not one thing that works. There's no magic bullet, no magic cream. It is a regimen, and it does take consistency. It's just like working out. You can't just do sit-ups and expect your whole body to change or to have necessarily a flat stomach. You've got to work your obliques. You've got to work your back. You've got to work your lower abs, blah, blah, blah. So like, you can't just do one exercise and say, oh, my whole body is going to be great. Just like you can't do one cleanser and think that's going to mean anything. A cleanser is a surface thing that just removes dead skin cells. So you can see it's kind of already tightening. I can feel it. It feels really good. And you can go really far down on the lids. I went down pretty far, which is going to be slightly annoying in 20 minutes when this hardens and then like pulls my eyes up, but it also feels like you can feel your muscles being lifted and they're plumped up, and your skin's going to feel really smooth after. Some people, after doing this, can have breakouts, the skin will purge. That is great. That is normal. That is what we want. It doesn't really happen for people who are taking care of their skin and have their DMK regimen in place. But if you're using a lot of different product lines, you're mixing and matching, you're not really having professional treatments, you probably do have a lot of gunk under there. And my face is getting really tight. And what do you call it? Clogged pores and just a more sluggish system. Then you could have purging. Some people do, some people don't. I didn't the first time I did it, but I was also taking really good care of my skin for a while, and I have pretty tough skin. You can do a lot of things to it. This mask is pretty much good for anybody, any skin condition. You can have acne, you can have pus jumping out of your skin, you can have really sensitized skin, you can have aging, hyperpigmentation, anything, any skin condition, this mask is amazing for. With people who have a really compromised barrier, really dehydrated, really red skin, really irritated, I would probably get the hydrating mask first. And what I do with people who have those kinds of conditions, I will do a very, very, very light, like this. I would use this Exoderma peel. As I would wash your face, you can do the Exoderma peel. It's a super, super, super gentle exfoliator. Leave that on for 10-15 minutes. Rinse it off. Your skin will feel fine. I would not do micro peel if you were really dry and have a real red, a constant red and super, super sensitized, always hot, inflamed, blotchy red skin. You can do the Exoderma peel. And then I would put on the Foamy Lift and Exoderma peel mask. I would be very low on the hydration. But what I would do before I put the mask on, my little trick for those people who are really have a compromised barrier, is using the DMK hydrating mask. It's a gel mask, comes in a container just like this. And what it does, it floods the skin with hydration and love. I call it the love mask. So you just put on a thin layer over your whole clean face, and then I put plastic over it. Obviously, leave room for your nose and mouth. So I take usually one piece and put it over my face here, and then one piece over here, and then I will put a warm towel over it, not too hot, or I will just like put, if you don't have, I usually just wet a towel, stick it in the microwave, and done, and like put it on for 3 minutes, and it's nice and warm, and I put that over my face. I let all of that soak in, and then I leave it on, press it on, and then I'll blot it with the tissue, any excess, and then put the mask on. I do this because the skin needs water. Most of our problems, even in our body, is, like they say, when you're hungry, you're probably just thirsty. So drink first. And when your skin has problems, it's probably dehydrated. So flood it with water first. That is a really good recommendation. All of you sensitive skin people, it's either, lack of water or gut issues, or you're traumatizing it by doing something that you're doing. So I'm going to take a break now because I feel this getting really firm, and I will be back when it is really firm. I probably won't be able to talk. Can't wait. It's my favorite part, and everyone else around me to finally shut me up. But you can see it getting, really tight here. So I'm going to lay down because I'm going to let gravity do its work by laying down and letting that circulation really rush in. But you can see, this is me 30 years from now. But not really, because I'll be using DMK. Okay, so I'm going to pause this and then I'll be back. Okay, I've been laying down and you can see it's very tight. I can't really move too much under there. The mask is hard, and this is about the time you go jump in the shower. Now when I jump in the shower, the water and the steam will make this pretty much come off. But you can see, it shouldn't be this crinkly, but because I moved, I was laying down, it will. It's not super easy to get up, so be in a place where when you get up, you can kind of just easily, like Frankenstein. Okay, and so this is why it's called Game of Thrones. I can't really move my mouth more than that. And if you go on my YouTube, you'll see where I did my first DMK mask. I did it wrong because I didn't even know. how to do it. It was really tight. So this whole thing was like put just on my face, and I was like, ah, it was so funny. All right, I'm gonna rinse this off, and that's pretty much your Game of Thrones face treatment. So if you have home care from DMK, then after you rinse off, then you would do your drops again. You can do some of your Fibermax vitamin C if you want. It's the powder. And then I would go into my Environment. Well, actually, it depends. If you have the Environment, you would do the Environment first, which is your probiotic treatment, and then you can go into your home care treatment, traditional home care treatment. If you don't have Environment, then you would go into your drops, your vitamin C, and then your beta gel and direct delivery vitamin C, and then you would do your and spray with the Urban Mineral Mist, and then you would do your CVE, and then Urban Mineral Mists, and then some kind of treatment cream, depending on what you're doing. It could be AccuMoist, it could be Creme Citrique, totally depends on what you're doing. If it's at nighttime, it could be, night firming cream, or you could be doing the limited line, which makes everything so much easier. The limited line is pretty much all of your products that you would be using in one product, a lot of them. So that's why it is such a more condensed line, and why it is more luxurious and more expensive. So I use mostly that because I'm at that age, and it's just condensed and easier. And I love the limited line. And a big portion of it goes to charity for the Harvey Milk Foundation. So you can check out my website, thebeautybuster.com, to get some of those products. And if you're a client of mine, please come and talk to me about getting your Game of Thrones kit if you have not already. And I can mail that to you, especially now. I'm definitely mailing these kits out. So hit me up, and I'm going to hit the shower. Peace out.